Constant conflict in the Middle East has pushed millions of people out of that region as they flee into neighboring countries with ISIS hot on their trail. According to reports, ISIS is sending teams of trained killers into refugee camps disguised as refugees, their purpose to kidnap or kill Christians. And aid workers say refugees are terrified to report many of the killings in case they're targeted next. So where does this leave the future of Christians in the Middle East? To talk about this, we welcome Emily Fuentes, Director of Communications for Open Doors, a nonprofit organization serving persecuted Christians. Also joining us is Riyanna, an Iraqi Christian. We are obscuring her identity because obviously there is a security threat involved. Riyanna, let me ask you first, what have you gone through and just how bad is the situation?
Actually, it's a terrible situation, and it started not now with ISIS, not last year. It started since 2003, but it's getting worse with ISIS because all Christians from Nineveh had to flee, and they were obliged to leave everything behind. And if you go and see their situation, it's terrible. They are living in caravans and in unfinished buildings, and it's totally changed. It's totally not a good situation.
Emily, you have visited and spoken to people in these refugee camps. We talked about ISIS infiltrating the camps. What have you seen and heard?
Well, in my meetings when I went to Iraq last month, I met with several Christians who had to leave just at the drop of a hat when ISIS infiltrated their villages. So people who were living very similar to how we do here, houses, had their jobs, had everything, and they had to leave with nothing but the clothes on their back. And sadly now they're in a state of limbo, really, being stuck in these refugee camps. Many can't work or go to school and really don't know what the future holds, but know that right now they cannot go back home. And it's a devastating time of uncertainty right now for them.
Riyanna, obviously groups like Open Doors try to help the persecuted Christians, but Riyanna, do you wonder where the Americans are in terms of helping Christians like yourself in the Middle East?
Actually, people in Iraq, Christian, are always wishing to get help because it's not a good situation for them. They lost everything. And they said, where is the world standing and watching us? No one is doing anything for us. They ask the world to open the doors for Iraqi Christians to look at them and give them a better situation. It's not enough to give food, but to solve. Christians there, they said, we need a solution for our life. It's more than a year and they are displaced.
We hear this and it's just heartbreaking. And Emily, later this week, your organization is part of the International Day of Prayer for the Persecuted Church. Obviously, prayer is important. How can people get involved in that? And is there anything else they can do to help your organization and help persecuted Christians in the Middle East?
Absolutely. So this webcast that we'll be hosting at Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we'll be highlighting the ways that you can be praying for persecuted Christians, highlighting the plight of persecuted Christians specifically from the countries of Kenya, Iraq, and North Korea, hearing first-hand accounts of what they're going through. And this webcast is going to highlight different ways that you can pray, but also different ways that you can get involved. We have letter writing opportunities, advocacy opportunities through petitions, and then practical ways that you can
And again, what's the web address? How can we find that webcast, Emily?
Absolutely. So our website is opendoorsusa.org, and you can click on the banner that says IDOP. And so just go to opendoorsusa.org/IDOP.
We've got it. And we thank you, Emily. Our viewers see the website right there. And Riyanna, your testimony is eloquent, asking where is the world helping the persecuted Christians. We thank you very much for your time. You heard what they had to say. What do you have to say? Send us your comments, newsmaxtv.com/comments. When we come back, that raid taking on ISIS. Pete Hoekstra and Ryan Morrow join us to talk about it.